Welcome back to Matt and Mike Play Games.
So we finally figured out how to play.
Alright, so we're going to start by drawing cards based off of the number in the corner of our wrestler's
By the way,
card.
if I may interrupt, we've decided to play a round. There's two ways to play. You can do matches or you can do rounds. Matches take a little bit longer to play. We've decided just to do basic rounds. So that's what we're starting out with. That's what you're going to see us play.
Yes. Alright, so my character has a 7 in the corner, so I'm going to draw 7.
Yes, correct. So I don't know if you can see this is kind of far, but this number right here represents how many cards we draw. What's kind of unfair is the person who has the most cards in their hand gets to play first, which means they get to draw first. It's nothing like Magic the Gathering. And honestly, I think the player who starts first kind of has an advantage, but whatever. Also, you'll notice at the top here, these colors are correlated with the type of actions you can play, with the type of cards you can play. So for the +1 means basically +1 damage. So these are bonus damage points you can add to your cards. So let's say you play an orange action card, you get a +1 bonus to that damage. Also, +1 bonus to a green card.
Although my character, my wrestler, if I play a green card, I don't get diddly. But if I play a blue card, I do get an extra bonus point.
Alright, so he draws 7. I'm going to draw 8. Because just Jarrett gets to draw 8, I guess. Alright, since I go first, which I get to go first every time, it's kind of unfair, draw an extra card. So that's 9 cards. So we start out, when we're playing, we start out with this thing called action points. So every turn we get 3 action points. You have to use them up because you don't get to save up the action points. So I get 3 action points, and there's this thing called a Nitro card. So every card that you play has a Nitro requirement. So you play a resource, which is a Nitro card. It's almost like a basic land card in Magic the Gathering. So every Nitro card that you play requires an action. So I'll play 1, I'll play 2, because that's all I have in my hand right now, and I'll go down to 1 action. So as long as I can play a card in my hand that can use 2 resources in 1 action, I'm good to go. Alright, I'm deciding not to play anything. Also, just to mention, Jeff Jarrett and Buff Bagwell have a special ability, so we're only allowed to use them once per round, or in this case, once per match. I have this ability called Strut, so I'm allowed to get 2 extra action points. And he has an ability called
Be the Stuff.
So, Be the Stuff basically means is he can shuffle his hand into his deck and draw that many cards. And we can't abuse him. We can only use him strategically, so we'll see how it goes. I'm going to pass my turn after I use my action point and draw a card.
Yes. Alright, it is the beginning of my turn. Alright, I am going to draw a card. Exactly what I wanted. I am going to play a Nitro, and another Nitro.
Oh man.
And that uses all of my actions and ends my turn.
Alright. My turn? Draw.
It is.
I'm going to use 2 action points. I want to get my resources out as fast as possible. At least that's my strategy. So I have 1 action left. I'm going to decide what to do with this. So I'm going to use my last action point, and I'm going to draw. So the rule book doesn't specify how many lands or how many cards you can keep in your hand. It's not like Magic the Gathering where you have to discard after 8 cards. So
Yeah. So
It's interesting.
you know, it's kind of nice being able to have as many cards in hand as you can get, though. You know?
It is.
All right. So my turn again. All right. Let's hope this becomes more action-packed soon. Let's see. All right. I got some stuff for everybody here. I'm gonna play a Nitro. Then I'm gonna use one action
Flying elbow from the top rope.
to use Flying Elbow from the top rope. This does 2 damage, but it is a blue ability, so I get +1. So damage takes cards from his deck and puts them in the discard pile.
And Matt described it perfectly earlier. It's basically a mill game.
Alright. So something happened here. So there are these cards. They're blue and they're called
Dodge.
well, they're called
Thunder
cards.
This is
there
a dodge.
we go.
They're called
Thunder cards. And basically it stops my damage from happening.
So there's 2 ways you can play this card. You can discard it from your hand. If you already have it in your hand, it can prevent 1 damage. Or when you're taking damage, basically milling your deck, if you draw the card, it'll prevent the next damage, whatever it does. This one dodge specifies stops the rest of the damage from this attack. So.
All right. So I actually have 2 additional action points left, and I'm going to use those to do a Moonsault. Moonsault does 5, but since it is blue, I do 6 damage.
Alright, another block.
Another block.
So I went up to 4. So I milled 4 cards. In other words, I discarded 4 cards.
Yes. So once we get down to the bottom of the deck, the first person to get the person with 0 cards left wins.
Alright, is it my turn?
It is your turn.
Alright. So, 3 action points, 4 resources. I'm going to use 2 of those action points. Go down to 1 resource. I'm going to use Jeff Jarrett's ability, which is Strut. So I'm going to get 3 action points instead of 1.
2 additional.
Gives me, 2 additional. And there's a little combo I can play out here, which I'm going to do right now. The resources here don't exactly work like lands in Magic the Gathering. They're infinite in a sense. You're kind of reliant on how many action points that you have. It's not like you tap the resource for mana. So this requires 2 Nitro points and 1 action point. So I don't tap the Nitro points. I use 1 action point. I punch you, and it's a green damage counter, so you get +1 damage.
So that is
so you
2.
take 2 damage.
So 1 card at a time. 2. All right.
So I'm gonna use 1 more action point.
Man.
I'm gonna throw another punch. So he gets +1 bonus from my Jeff Jarrett, and another bonus from my other punch. Because the ability says does +1 damage for each other punch you've already played this turn.
So that's 3.
That's 3.
But I got a Thunder card, so I stopped the rest.
Lucky. Alright. So I'm going to use the top rope punch. So that gets a bonus of 1, plus another bonus of 2 from the discard pile. So that's 5.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ouch.
Alright. I'm going to use my last action point to draw. Alright, pass my turn.
Excellent. Alright. Draw my card. I got some stuff going on here. Alright. I'm gonna play a Nitro card with my first action point. And then I'm gonna use my other 2 action points to play Swinging Neck Breaker. That does 5 damage.
Alright. Took the full effect of that.
Yes, for the first time this whole game.
Alright. My turn?
It is your turn.
So I'm going to use 2 action points.
Mhm.
And play Big Splash, which does 7 damage. So he has to discard 7 cards unless he gets a Thunder card.
Oh. Oh no. Ah! No! That's like 5, right? 4?
I wasn't counting.
There we go.
Alright, perfect. I think.
Tell me in the comments if I did this right.
I'm gonna draw an extra card.
Excellent.
Alright, go ahead.
Alright. Here we go. Alright. I'm gonna use an action to draw a card.
So it leaves you 2?
That leaves me with 2.
Go ahead. Sorry. I'm fumbling.
I'm gonna use 1 to do Flying Elbow from the Rope. It is a blue, so instead of 2, it does 3.
Alright.
Alright.
Take the full effect of that.
I have 1 remaining. I'm gonna draw a card. And I'm gonna pass the turn.
Okay. Draw. Alright, I'm gonna use 2 action points.
Okay.
I'm gonna have you discard 7.
That hurts.
Big Splash. That's Vampiro.
There
by the
we
way.
go. I dodged 3 damage of that.
What a waste.
Ah. Thank you for dodging. Oh, my deck is getting real low.
I'm gonna draw.
Alright.
Go ahead.
Alright, so I draw a card. Oh man. What do I want to do here? Yeah. Okay. I'm going to do... So, I'm going to play 450 Splash. It does 6 plus 1, because it's Buff Bagwell. So that's 7.
Oh
man,
wow,
was that one card?
Yeah, stops the rest of the damage from this attack.
Dang.
Wow.
You are lucky.
Wow.
RNG. Draw a card with my last one.
RNG.
And let's see. No, I'll keep it. Your go.
I've already used the special ability, right? I think
Yes.
I have.
Yes, you have.
Okay.
I do not have much health left. Let's hope I can get something going in the next turn. Because the last turn did not go so well.
Alright. This uses 0 Nitro points. I'm going to use 1 action point, so I'm down to 2.
Alright.
So you take +1, you just take 1.
Excellent.
Alright, these use 1 action point and 2 Nitro resources. Down to 1. So you take 3. Bonus damage from Jeff Jarrett and bonus damage from discard pile.
I stopped it.
So I'm going to use my last action point. 4 Nitro resources. I'm going to use this, so you get +1 from Jeff Jarrett, +2 from my discard pile, so that's 5.
5? Oh man. 1, 2, 3, 4. You win.
Oh wow. That was perfect.
Yes. Anyway, we'll let you know in the next video how much we enjoyed this game.